Welcome back to KP's Kingdom. I'm cooking with KP, and today I'm going to show you how to make my pork Katsu burgers. Pretty simple dish, this one, and it has got some little bit of fusion types of flavors. Right, bit of K.P mayonnaise into a little bowl, and here I've got some tonkatsu sauce, and you buy that from your local supermarket or Asian grocery, and I'm just going to put a little bit of this, a little bit of that together. You can make it as tonkatsu as you like, or as mayonnaise as you like. Right, just use a little whisk and give that a little bit of a stir through, just like that. Okay. Pretty simple, and that's going to make a really nice light type of sauce for our burgers. Alright, I'm going to put that aside into the refrigerator while we get on with our next step. Here I've got some pork mince. I've got 400 grams worth. I'm going to put that into my food processor, and we're going to give this a little bit more of a blend so everything really sticks together, so don't leave any little bits behind. Here I've got about half a teaspoon's worth of sansho pepper, also known as prickly ash powder. I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon's worth of garlic powder in, and I'm also going to add in about a half a teaspoon to 3/4 of a teaspoon's worth of salt. I've got one spring onion, or one scallion, that I have finely diced up. That is going into our mixture as well, just like that. Okay, and make sure things are nice and even. I dropped a tiny bit of that pork mince. That can go straight back into the food processor. Alright, give all of that a bit of a blitzy blitz, 30 to 45 seconds or so, just to get all those flavors incorporated, and grind that mince up just a little bit finer. We want a really nice, robust type of burger patty. Alright, I've got half a red onion. I've given that a fine slice, and we're just going to put that into a small fry pan there. I'm just going to brown this off, and I'm going to add in a dash of mirin. It's going to be about 2 tablespoons worth. Okay, a tiny dash of soy sauce, probably about half a teaspoon, maybe 1 teaspoon's worth. I'll leave those quantities up to you. You can play around with them, but that gives you a rough guide as to how to make these beautiful onions for our burger. So I'm just going to cook those off until they soften and start to caramelize. That mirin is quite sweet, and it will give you a really nice caramelization to those onions. Alright, let's start making up some burgers. I've got a baking sheet down, and I'm just going to put a little bit of oil over the top just to help things not stick. Okay, and believe it or not, these burgers, the way we're going to make them, they can stick. Now here I've got a medium sized cookie cutter. Alright, and I've given that a bit of a grease on the outside and the inside, and all we have to simply do now is put our pork mince into the cookie cutter. Push that down, right, just like I'm doing right there, and we'll end up with the most amazing, perfectly round and thick type burgers. We don't want to go all the way to the top. We want these to be around about just over half an inch thick, so a bit over 12 millimeters thick. Alright, so try and keep them nice and even. Another way you could do this is if you've got a nice deep egg ring, you could use that as well. But the egg rings I've got, it's a little bit too small for what I want. As you can see, we've got a little bit of girth to these little burgers that we have made up. Okay, so far so good and pretty simple. So all we have to do now is start crumbing our burgers. There's our burger. I've got a little bit of egg there. Just going to give those burgers a little bit of eggage, and I'm going to cover these with a bit of panko crumb. We want this nice Japanese style crumb for these burgers, so make sure we get them all nicely covered, and plenty of crumb on there. And if you don't think you've got enough crumb, add a little bit more. Alright, the crumb is not that expensive, so we're just going to keep coating those little burgers up with some crumb, just like that. Okay, pretty simple sort of stuff. Okay, and once they're crumbed up, we can put those aside. Right, and if you haven't tried a fried burger before, well, you don't know what you're missing. They really do taste a little bit different, and really fun, especially for the kids. Alright, so our burger is crumbed. I'm going to put that aside, and I'm going to continue with the rest of my burgers. So just egg and a bit of panko crumb. We don't need to use flour or anything like that. Okay, and before you know it, you're going to have all your burgers absolutely beautifully crumbed. Okay, alright. So here I've got a little bit of oil into a pan. Just a little bit. We're just going to make sure we've got some heat happening there, right? Just like that. And all we're going to do is shallow fry these little burgers off, right? We don't need to go deep fry or anything too hard. Just give them a little bit of a fry, and we're going to cook those off for around about sort of 4 minutes per side. These burgers, as I said, they're around about half an inch, 12 millimeters thick, and they're not going to take too long at all. Just keep an eye on them, and it doesn't matter if you undercook these just a little bit. Pork is a lot safer now than it used to be back in the 50s, 60s and 70s. Right, very carefully give those a bit of a turn, and just be careful of where you're throwing the burger and where the oil is going to splash. I did pretty good considering me with my MS, and it's really starting to affect me a lot more now than it ever has. It's starting to affect my right side of my body, and as you can probably hear, a little bit of my speech as well. So we're going to just cook those off for, as I said, around about sort of 4 minutes per side, and we don't want to go too crunchy on those. We want to try and just get that nice golden type colour. And once they're done, put those on a little bit of paper towel just to let any excess oil just sort of drain off. Now we're getting pretty close to the finish line on this particular recipe. We've got our burger buns. These are a potato bun. We're going to add a little bit of lettuce down. You could use cabbage if you want. I'm going to keep this one really nice and simple. A little bit of our tonkatsu mayonnaise dressing that we have made. That can go down as well, and I'm going to try and get this as simple as I possibly can, because a lot of Japanese food is really simple. A little bit of our mirin caramelized soy onions over the top, just like that, and I'm going to serve that up with some sweet potato fries. Sweet potatoes more commonly used over there than anything else. Alright, love to see you try and make this one at home. It is easy, really tasty, and the burger is juicy. Right, thank you so much for watching this video. Really do appreciate it. If you like this video, hit that like button. It gives me confidence. It should make you feel warm and fuzzy too. Hit that notifications bell. You'll be notified every time a new video goes up. And share this video with all your friends on all platforms and social media. We are trying to get the name of KP's Kingdom out there. Please leave a comment. I love reading and I love responding to them. In the meantime, if you want to learn how to, and again, another fusion burger from KP's Kitchen, well, you need to come and join the family, my family. Hit that subscribe button and you'll never miss another one of my videos again. After I eat my amazing pork katsu burgers, and I will catch you next time. Bye.